see whether I can put a clip on Paul Kagame as well, joining TRAORE movement and so on. Let me see whether I have it.
Just been a few days since Africans in Ghana, as well as the new presidency of Ghana, showed the world how loved and appreciated President Traoré is. Despite how Western media has castigated and painted a bad narrative about Traoré, Africans have shown that they are not moved and they know the truth. But it's not just the African people that have lent their support to Traoré. In a recent interview, the president of Rwanda, Paul Kagame, gave a magnificent speech that not only supported the movement in the Sahel, but also revealed that the political elites in Africa know the truth. President Kagame started by analyzing the reason why the coups occurred in the Sahel region. From the time the coups started till now, Western media has always maintained that the reason for the coups was simply because the coup leaders saw an opportunity to take over power in the country. So, any action or decision taken by the military leaders, such as kicking out French forces or banning French media, is regarded as a form of maintaining control. However, the Rwandan president has shed a different light as to the reasons for the coup. He said, "People have been talking about the coups happening across our continent, but coups are bound to happen in a place where so much is happening and where the people are fed up with how things are going." Kagame's words are true. The countries in the Sahel region have been battling different challenges, especially insecurity and underdevelopment. This is coupled with the fact that the civilian governments in these countries were corrupt, incompetent, and worse, puppets of the West. As Traoré stated in one of his recent interviews, France dictated everything that went on in the military. The military of Burkina Faso, for instance, was not independent. And despite the number of years France spent in the region, supposedly fighting insecurity, the security situation did not improve. Rather, it got worse. So, the coups that happened were simply born out of the frustration of the army regarding the inability of the civilian government to deal with the security situation in the country. Kagame continued by saying, "Those who carry out the coups are a part of this society. They are citizens of these countries and have experienced the same frustrations, resentment, and anger, and a sense of justice. Some people may say that coups are unconstitutional, but according to Kagame, the unconstitutional only happened because the constitutional did not deliver to the people."
Okay, so guys, I'm so excited. I am so excited. And with that, I just want to say, God bless you guys, and keep on praying and keep on standing tall, okay? We are a different kind of breeds, okay? We are not our parents. I keep on telling people that we are not our parents. We are a different kind of breed of young Africans. We are here to not let go. And I'm so proud of all the positive feedback coming out from, all over the continent to support Ibrahim Traoré. And I also thank God that even white people are actually in support, those in Leiden. And I have to say that, because I think no person can actually stand against a leader who wants to do good for his people unless you have wicked intentions for the other people.
France occupied Burkina Faso for generations. They stole gold and uranium, billions of dollars of resources for pennies on the dollar, while the people of Burkina Faso suffered. But Burkina Faso's new revolutionary leader, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, says no more. Traoré has kicked out all of the French troops from his country in Africa. He has banned exports of gold to Paris, and he has dropped French as the official language of Burkina Faso. It's a total cultural, political, and economic reset. Now, obviously, French President Emmanuel Macron is kind of upset with all of this. He has made his position known. And President Traoré beautifully responded. He said, "If anyone is ungrateful, it is him, Emmanuel Macron. France exists today thanks to our ancestors. They should pray for us." And Burkina Faso is making it clear that this is not about some attack on France. This is about independence and sovereignty. Just last week, Burkina Faso's President Traoré decided to release 4 French spies who were guilty of attempting to commit a coup against the president, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, in 2022. The message is clear. Burkina Faso is not the pawn of France or the Dutch or the United States anymore. But forgiveness is also at the heart of their revolution. Traore says that this is not just a split, it is a revolution with global ripples. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Apparently Trump works for French bankers now. He's threatening to arrest Ibrahim Traore. You ought to know who he is. He's the youngest president in the world. He's the president of Burkina Faso, and he has been wrapping up the French empire in Africa. The French are still looting Africa through the banking system, through ownership of all the natural resources in Africa, and they've been straight looting the place. And this guy's been leading the charge to not do that shit anymore. Trying to opt this guy like he was Fidel Castro. I should tell you something. Doesn't seem to be very well known in the world media, but this is one of the most significant dudes in the world right now.
Look at what Ibrahim Traore has done since he was elected in 2023. He increased the GDP of Burkina Faso from 18.8 billion to 22.1 billion. He reduced the salaries of ministers by 30% and increased the salary of civil servants by 50%. He made Burkina Faso a debt-free country. Now think about what our government is doing to farmers in the UK, and then look at what Ibrahim Traore has done for farmers in his country. He bought them 400 tractors, 239 tillers, 710 motorbikes, 714 pumps, which meant the production of millet, rice, tomatoes and cotton rose by millions of tons. But the main reason why they want rid of Ibrahim Traore is because he's banned the colonial exploitation from France and the West, who for years have kept Africa poor and weak by exploiting the minerals. All the gold, oil, platinum, diamonds, all these precious minerals have been extracted from Africa. The African people have been paid pennies, and that's what's keeping them poor. Now he's a problem, he's a terrorist, and the West have to go in and help Burkina Faso. Just like we went in and helped Palestine, we went in and helped Syria, just like we went in and helped Libya. They destroy the infrastructure and destroy the lives of the people so they can get what they want, line their own pockets, and have complete control of how the world works. And if Ibrahim Traore, God willing, stays alive and succeeds, this is a big problem for the New World Order moving forward. It means no one world government. It means no one world currency, because if you can't control Africa, you can't control the world. So this is why we need to pray for this man. This is why we need to keep him alive. And this is why we don't believe anything we see on the mainstream media about him being a problem, a terrorist, an extremist, someone with empathy, someone with courage, someone who's willing to die for his people for what he believes in.
Have you heard of President Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso? All right, young man, been in power 2 years now, president of Burkina Faso. He's a military guy, captain. And I don't know if you know about this, but there's been about 18 assassination attempts on his life. And he came into power at a very strategic time in the history of Burkina Faso, a lot of difficulty, instability. And he's done quite a few amazing things in his 2 years, even though they've tried to assassinate him so many times. If you go and look what he is trying to do in terms of key reforms aimed at stabilizing his nation, he has built schools, hospitals, roads, developed agriculture, donating a lot of tractors and equipment for agricultural development so they can produce their own food. They have stopped exporting raw materials. They are trying to process gold themselves, hospitals, all those kind of things. You know, there's a lot of things, even airport, right? And so there's a lot of development that's going into Burkina Faso at this moment in time.
Anyway, guys, take care and God bless you.